Hello guys, so in this video I'll be showing you how we prepare our yam for planting. So this particular ones have already started growing their vine, so I will cut off this particular part of the yam. We'll still plant it much later, okay? But let us cut the yam into yam sets for now. So I will look at the yam, and you see that most times we feel you can only grow yam sets or the head of the yam, but we realize that yam can grow from any part of the body so far as there is an active yam bud or the eye. Let me show you something. So these rough edges, you can look at it, you will see the eye or the bud of the yam where the vines can also grow from any part of that body. You see the eye of the yam where the vine can grow from. So let me show you how you will cut it into yam sets to plant. So I'll cut the yam into two. I'll cut it into equal part actually, because we want to get yam set. And for yam set, so that I can give you a table sized yam, you have to make sure that you cut it into sizable piece, at least around 250 to 350 gram. That is the weight of that yam that will give you a table size yam when they grow. You can see, make sure you cut it into a sizable piece within 250, 350. Some may say you can cut up to 400 gram for the yam to give you a sizable tuber. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So you cut them into sizable piece, and that's what I will do for all the yam that I have there. So just join me in this process. And while also cutting the yam into yam sets, you make sure you cut off the bad parts. You can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to take off the rotten parts of the yam. If you don't do that, they might end up not germinating. So you take off all the bad part of the yam before you start cutting into yam sets. So at this point, I'll be showing you a little technique. So look at what I'm trying to do. I want to cut out a little part of this particular yam to give me a mini set. Okay, mini sets are not same as yam sets. Okay, yam sets will give you a whole tuber, table size yam when you plant, but this particular size of yam, mini sets are smaller piece of yam that you plant. Those mini sets will only give you yam seed or seed yam that you plant the next planting season. So this mini set weighs between 35 to 50 gram. So when you plant this particular mini set, it gives you this size of yam I'm holding in the other hand. If you plant this mini set, it gives you this yam seed. So that's the difference between the size of yam you cut either in yam set or the mini set. That's a simple technique or a simple illustration. So let's continue with cutting our yam. So at this point, we'll finish cutting our yam into yam sets ready for planting. So we'll now start looking at the seed yams that we have. So these are the seed yam we have. We'll now have to start sorting the ones that are still good and the ones that are bad. So you wouldn't want to mix everything together, and you plant the bad seed yams that will end up not germinating. So we sort for the good yams, and you look at what I'm trying to do here. When you see your seed yam, you open up the underneath. Yes, try to open up the under to allow it to germinate easily. That's where you put in the ground actually. So that's a simple technique you do for your seed yam before planting. So this is me trying to sort out the good seed yam that we still have and remove from the bad ones. Don't make that mistake of planting everything and you have faith that it will grow. No, you don't plant with prayer or by faith. You plant, you know your technique, follow the instructions, do the right thing, and you will see the result. So I have to make sure that every yam I'm planting are in a very good state. So now we are done with cutting our yam set and also arranging the seed yam as well. It is time to do the treatments. So what we're trying to do is to treat the yam sets. It's very important you do this to make sure that the yam that you're planting are disease free. You don't want to plant yams that are infested and will give you bad results. So you have to make sure that you treat your yam so that they will be disease free. That's what I'm trying to do here, to make sure that our yam, there's our mixed solution for the yam sets and also the seed yam treatment. So you make sure you treat it very well so that once we produce our yam, they'll be disease free and ready for the market. So you make sure you do it so well and soak it well in the solution. So we make sure we do it so well and also ensure that all part of the yam sets are well soaked before we now remove it from the solution. And then what we do next is to spray it on the ground, on the surface. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So after soaking it, we spray it on the ground to allow it to dry. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do right now. Put it on a surface and then allow it some time for the solution to dry. I give it like 3 hours. Normally I give it like 3 hours depending on the weather, and allow it to dry so well before we now set off to the planting. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. So mix all dip all the yam set and seed yam in the solution that I've already mixed, and then I will spray them on the ground and allow them some time to dry. And this is our seed. All the seed yam, we will cut all of them under an enclosed space, allow them to be air dried so that we can now start planting. After drying, we'll set off to the field where we'll start the planting. So what we'll do is just to open up the surface of the soil in the sack, place your yam, and you cover. So that's the simple technique. Open up the surface of the soil, then place your yam in the sack, and then you cover. That's how we did for all the yam sets we cut, and also the seed yam. Is a simple technique, very good one, very good, and a simple method of planting in sack. So after planting, we now have to cover the top of the sack with dry leaves. What we're trying to do here is just to prevent direct sunshine on the soil, because it's dry season, it's not raining that much yet, so we have to make sure we mulch. It's called mulching, to prevent direct sunshine and also maintain the moisture content in the sack. You know, the yam are in sack, so the soil is also in the sack. So what you're trying to mulch, prevent sun, and also maintain the moisture content in the sack as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like our video, subscribe to this channel, and share. See you guys in our next video.